One of the biggest rats in Memphis has accepted his fate for his role in the murder of Memphis legend Young Dolph after apparently he ran out of people to snitch on. Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you've ever needed access to your money before payday, there's a banking app called Current that lets you get up to $750 as a paycheck advance once you qualify. So instead of waiting for payday, you can get access to your funds earlier when you actually need them. Paycheck advance is clearly my favorite part, and I'm sure will be yours too. But if you're trying to build your credit or just want your direct deposit sooner, it handles all of that in one app. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign up page where you can create an account. Just go through the normal sign up steps, enter your information, and order your current card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option to enter my promo code Jake1090, which unlocks the $75 bonus. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful or tight sometimes, it's definitely worth just checking more on gunmen who would let it out the broad day shooting back in 2021. Law enforcement would let it be known within a week of his arrest. Before a deal was ever on the table, Korn made it clear he wanted to cooperate. And cooperate he did. He didn't just admit to his role, he was testifying on everybody involved. In 2024, Cornelius testified against the other shooter, Justin Johnson. He'd state Hernandez Govan approached him about carrying out the killing. Smith agreed to participate for money that was to be paid through Hernandez Govan. He and Justin drove to the bakery in a white Mercedes, spotting Dolph's camo Corvette parked outside. They'd exit the vehicle, opening fire with a Glock and Draco. According to Dolph's autopsy report, he was hit a total of 22 times in a span of just a few seconds. His list of injuries would be pages long, detailing gunshot wounds to his forehead, chin, neck, chest, arms, and back. And obviously a Glock is gonna hold a pistol caliber, but a Draco, even though it's a pistol, fires rifle rounds. These are the same rounds that comes out of a full-sized AK-47. These are 7.62. If you've seen something be hit by a 7.62, you can just imagine the damage that was done to Dolph. Hopefully this was a fast and painless death, but this man was hit all over and they literally just destroyed him. Korn would later help dispose of evidence and clean down the getaway vehicle that was later recovered. He further testified he expected to be paid for his work and that Govan would be the one to deliver the money. $100,000 was the price on Young Dolph's head. $40,000 was Korn's take, but Cornelius would only receive a total of $800 in two separate payments. At one time he was sent $500, at another time he was sent $300. So clearly times were tough for Young Dolph's ops. And keep this in mind, I don't think I've covered a case in which a bag has been put up on somebody, they got killed, and the shooters actually received the money. So for y'all young dumb motherfuckers out there that watch these videos and think, oh, we can go get 100K if we crash out real quick but get away with it, I don't know anyone that's actually gotten the money. It seems to play out like once somebody gets spanked and then everything is going down, the case is hot and people are trying to figure it out, the dude that offered you the money in the beginning doesn't want shit to do with you and is trying to get as far away as he can because he knows everything is coming down. With Cornelius testifying and an overwhelming amount of evidence on top of that, Justin Johnson was sentenced to life in prison plus 35 years, just in case life wasn't enough. You know, maybe he like dies and comes back. They made sure he still got another 35 to do. The following year in 2025, Cornelius would testify against Hernandez Govan, the man he claimed organized the hit and was supposed to pay the fee. See, at this point, Korn was working against everyone to secure himself an easy way out when it came to trial, but his plan would backfire. Even with Korn testifying, Hernandez Govan would still be found not guilty. Even with Korn saying Govan gave them the guns to be used, he'd still be found not guilty. His lawyer questioned the police investigation and the validity of cell phone communications between Govan and the shooters. They argued nothing in those communications directly incriminated Govan or tied him to the killing, and the jury agreed. Now at this point, Cornelius must have been shitting himself because he was willing to throw everyone under the bus to essentially save himself. He was willing to throw the shooter under the bus. He was willing to throw Hernandez Govan under the bus. Whoever he could tell on, he was gonna tell on to save himself, but the shit didn't work. Like, he tried to put Govan away for life in prison, and this motherfucker walks and starts doing Vlad TV interviews.
All right, here we go. Today we have Hernandez Govan, who just was found not guilty by a Memphis jury of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder for the killing of young Dolph. Today he joins us to do his first interview after the case. Hernandez, welcome to Vlad TV.
Appreciate you, Vlad, for having me.
Govan's lawyer even painted Corn in court as an unreliable witness who would say anything to try and get a lighter sentence. He'd point out how Cornelius originally said Yo Gotti's brother Big Jook was the one who hired him for the hit, but after he was arrested, his lawyer called Jook's lawyer and received somewhere between $38,000 to $50,000 in cash. Cornelius later testified he didn't know where the money came from. So understand what I just read to y'all. Cornelius had his lawyer reach out to Big Jook, Yo Gotti's brother, Big Jook's lawyer. They sent an undisclosed amount of money between $30,000 to $50-something thousand, which is essentially what he was supposed to be paid for the hit. So imagine you go and kill somebody, and you're supposed to be paid $40K, and instead of getting that $40K, you get hit with 40 charges because now they got you for murder, they got you for the weapons, they got you for anything, and then dude that owes you the money gives it to your lawyer to fight the case. So now it ain't even about the money, it's about beating the case and you walking for free, so really you just did all this shit for nothing. Corn also would claim he heard Govan was working for the FBI, which made absolutely no sense as to why Corn would take a hit from him. Because if I think you work for the feds, why would I be willing to take $100,000 hit, go kill someone?
No. I'm not gonna say it don't make no sense. Cause some people think, hey, he working for the Fed. I'm good. If I do this for him, they gonna come looking for me. You know what I'm saying? So nah, it makes sense.
Before you expect the 40K and you not to tell on me. The whole shit just wasn't making sense. This is like a situation when a dumb motherfucker tries to outsmart people because he thinks he's smarter than what he is. With his testimony being picked apart, Cornelius was out of options because he couldn't even snitch on Big Jook since they already killed him. So on May 15th, 2026, Cornelius Smith agreed to a plea deal to put an official end to the young Dolph murder case.
Yes, sir. This is State of Tennessee versus Cornelius Smith. This indictment 2204769. Matter that's been pending in this court for some time. I think it also has been the subject of a couple trials for the co-defendants. Mr. Smith will plead guilty to the offense of murder, second degree, a Class A felony as included under count 1 of the indictment. 20 years confinement as a 100% violent offender. They served Tennessee Department of Corrections. Taken into consideration in this plea is Mr. Smith's cooperation in this matter from the time of his arrest until now. Mr. Smith has cooperated fully in the prosecution, first of Justin Johnson, and then another co-defendant. Taken in consideration is his truthful testimony in those cases.
Corn would agree to serve 20 years in Tennessee State Prison at 100%. He'd receive credit for his time in jail, giving him about 4.5 years off his sentence. So in total, Corn has to serve 15 years and 7 months. And at 36 years old, that puts him at about 51 years old when he'll be released. It's hard to imagine he'll have an easy bit as he's made himself an enemy to everyone involved.
Everybody, yeah.
Not only is he responsible for killing Dolph, he's responsible for putting away Dolph's other killer and attempting to put away another man who was found innocent. So it sounds like when he goes to prison, he could get stabbed from any direction because he's made himself an enemy to everybody, not even including just the people that were involved in the situation, but he's a stone cold rat.
Yeah.
He killed someone, told on everybody, tried to take down as many people as he could to save himself some time. Essentially, he got a good deal in the case. He was given 20 years with credit, so he only has to serve 15 and a half.
Ain't that a bitch?
He got a good deal, and everybody's gonna want to put him in the fucking ground, because not only are you responsible for taking out a Memphis legend, you're responsible for putting away his ops who have just as much money backing
getting off
them.
with ease.
This is a crazy situation. I don't know how Tennessee State Prison works with PC, if he'll actually be kept away or if they're just gonna put him in the jungle and he's just gotta last. We know he's a killer. We know he's essentially bout the shit. But is he gonna be all of that in prison outnumbered? Because it's hard to imagine anyone is gonna rock behind him knowing that he cooperated. While Justin Johnson, the other shooter, he never snitched. From my understanding, he kept it solid and took the case to the chin. He's just never coming home, which, like, fuck him, you know? I'm a Dolph fan. I'm gonna be biased in this situation. Fuck him. But it is what it is when you speak in prison politics. That rat shit doesn't slide. But again, this is important for the young dummies out there. This dude wasn't that young when he took this case, when he took this hit, I should say. He was in his 30s. He was just broke as fuck. And this is how people with money will play chess. They will use pawns. They will use expendable people. He's broke as fuck. He never had nothing. I'm gonna give him 40K. It's gonna change his fucking life. I'm not even gonna give him the 40K. I'm just gonna tell him I'll give him the 40K. And because he's never had nothing and he knows this amount of money would change his life, he's willing to go and end someone else's life. And it's the same thing with y'all young people out there. $40,000 sounds rich to y'all, when in reality, $40,000 isn't shit. That's
that
a
shit ain't
payment
nothing
for some YouTubers.
Oh God!
So if you really want to get on your grind, stop doing what I'm doing.
Fact.
But if YouTube ain't your thing and you'd rather be a crash dummy, well, this is how it plays out. You take the hit, you do the hit, you get caught, your boy tells on you, you get life. Or you take the hit, you do the hit, you get caught, snitch on everybody, and still get 15 years in prison.
Still get 15 years.
I think being a YouTuber sounds a whole lot better than that. So, with that being said, y'all listen to these stories and get something out of them. Don't just listen to it because you want to hear about somebody getting killed and somebody getting sent away. These are real life stories. This shit is not a movie. It's entertainment for some of y'all, but don't be entertained, be educated. Take something away from this when these videos end. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in one of these situations. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all. Y'all rocking with me.
Sure.
Until next time.
For sure. Crazy, bro. Damn, that shit wild. And the thing, like, bro, is that shit crazy. That shit crazy. Rest in peace, dog, man. Hey, man, some people feel like, you know, they got to handle their business however they got to handle it, bro. That's street politics. You know what I mean? That's street politics, and unfortunately above my pay grade, but at the same time, I can say, yo, man, you gotta be smart in this shit. You gotta be smart in this shit, cause they're tricky. They're tricky. They're tricky. You know what I mean? You're thinking, oh, he the feds, he work with the feds, I'm good. No, the feds ain't good with nobody. But they real blood, and half the time they ain't real with them, they'll goddamn knock their ass off for a little piece of something. Nigga, this ain't what you think, bro. It ain't what you think. This shit ain't what you thinking. This shit. So, you know, you come out here the bullshitting and playing and all this bullshitting around. You gonna understand, gang. You gonna understand.